it just runs in our family. Like, we have to take care of ourselves more than other people. And we've learned, I think, throughout the years to just embrace our body and embrace who we are.
Mom would always wake us up super early. Let's go for a walk. She would write in my journals, like, this is what you should only eat. No breads, no carbs, only egg whites.
There's been many times when I thought, if I was this size in the English market, I would be celebrated. Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. I hope you're all having a great week so far. My week has been a little crazy with work, but I can't complain. Gracias a Dios tenemos trabajo. I've been traveling and finishing up some projects, and I can't wait to share some of them with you very, very soon. Today's episode is going to be a lot of fun for me because I'm joined by one of my siblings.
Hello.
Jenica. We're going to be talking about something women think about a lot, well, at least I have, our bodies. That includes our shape, our weight, and what we're expected to look like. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to talk about accepting and embracing our bodies. So let's get into it. This is Chiquis and Chill. For those of you who don't know who Jenica is, she's my younger sister. She is an entrepreneur and so much more. She actually just launched an athletic apparel brand called Over Comfort, which I freaking love. The material, you guys, is bomb. Okay, and I know about workout clothes because I live in it. So she really got it down with the fabric. And not only that, but the mission behind it, I absolutely love. So you guys have to check it out. So as a woman, and especially a woman in the entertainment industry, weight is something I think about all the time. Now I'm in a place where I love my body most of the time. There are still days where I feel a little insecure, and I think it's more of the outside noise that causes that. But there was a time where I really was just not happy at all with my body. I don't know. I mean, I've gotten surgeries. I believe in plastic surgery, you guys. Like, I'm a huge, like, it's your body, do what you want. I've got liposuction. I've gotten breast augmentations and then reductions. And then again, like, it's been a struggle. And I think it has to do with the way that we were raised. My mom was very, and I don't blame her and I don't judge her for it because I know my grandpa was really hard on her and her sister about their weight. So my mom in our household, weight was always a conversation. Like, it was just since I can remember, you guys. And there was a time where I'm like, I look at pictures now and I'm like, damn, I looked good. I was thinner, I look good. And I didn't think I was then. And it's crazy because my sister Jackie just posted on that the other day, like on her feed. We've all, I think, shared that, especially now that we're in the industry and you're expected, quote unquote, to look a certain way. I'm like, why didn't I appreciate my body then? I was freaking 30 pounds lighter and I still thought that I was big, but it's because of the stigma and the way that, again, we were raised and things that I think my sisters and I are trying to work through. And this is something my sister Jenica, which is here. She's here. Like, I'm excited. I'm going to be able to speak to her. So Jenica, welcome to the podcast. Let's talk about this.
No, I definitely agree that it was the way we were raised. I always talk about it like with like my friends or my trainer or whatever. They're like, how are you so disciplined? Like, I'm like, I've literally been like this my whole life. Mom would always like, she'd wake us up super early. Let's go for a walk. She would write in my journals, like, this is what you should only eat. No breads, no carbs, like only egg whites, grapefruit.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard. Like, for me, it was okay. Like, I have to listen to my mom. And then as I got older and then mom passed away, like, it's like we had the reality show and then we were consistently in the spotlight. So it's like something, it mattered to me. Like, it was at that time, yeah, I could say it was more about like what people thought of me or whatever. But then it got to a point where I was like, I just want to feel good. Like, I got so tired. Like, I remember like crying with you, like in dressing rooms. Like, I'm so tired of trying on clothes. Like, I hate shopping. Like, I hate it. And then now it's just kind of like, now, thank God, like brands are more inclusive of like plus size and like, okay, like this is the plus size community and this is what it is. And it's like, I'd rather just own it and feel comfortable where I'm at. Cause I feel good where I'm at. I know I could do more, but like, I'm like happy with where I'm at. Like it goes to a point, at least for me, where it's like all these people were talking so much mess about all of us. And it's just like, they're always going to say something. So like, why even care about it?
But do you know, though, that you have a lot to do with it? You have a lot to do with the fact that now brands are more accepting of curvy women, that we, women like us that have to go out there. And it's hard. I think a lot
Mhm.
of people look at us like, wow, like we get a lot of messages, at least I do. And I don't know about you, Jenica, but like messages of you really inspire me. Like, thank you, like for embracing your body. Now I'm embracing mine, but I still have tough days, you guys. And I think it's sadly what is out there on Instagram and what you're supposed to look like and this whole facade, because there's a lot of people that weren't born that way. And again, I'm all about plastic surgery. Do your thing. But it's like this kind of unrealistic expectation of how you should look. And for a long time, you guys, I knew I was always thicker. I was always a thick girl in class. And all my friends were like, when I was a size 9, I think, growing up, or an 8, my friend was, of course, a 4. So I was always that thick girl. But I always felt pretty good. It wasn't really until it started like getting into my head like really, really bad, was when I got and stepped into this industry. And so many people have an opinion, and it's like, oh my God, you come out on TV, you should not be that fat. And it's like, I started looking at myself different in the mirror. And that's where like therapy kicked in a little bit more, and really words of affirmation and speaking. It's really how we speak to ourselves in the mirror, you guys, that makes a huge freaking difference. And we spoke about this with Liz Hernandez on one of the episodes, and it's the power of words, and it starts with us. And yes, I've been teased since I was little, and I don't blame mom, to be honest. Like sometimes I would get upset. I'm like, dude, this is the reason that I am the way that I am is because mom was so tough on us. It's like she would grab my arms like, okay, if you eat that, it's going straight to your arms. Look at those thighs. They're
No,
growing. And
that voice is always in my head. Like every time I don't want to go to the gym, I'm like, all I can remember is like, oh, but you sweat so easily. You should just do it. Oh, this is like, mom would always be
Mom.
like, I'm so jealous that you get to sweat so fast, princess. Keep going, keep going. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And I don't even think people know this, but like, it's like caused a lot of trauma. Like, at least for me, like
Mm-hmm.
mom, like obviously I love my mom, but like, she made me get surgery when I was 15, like the gastric and like all that stuff. So it goes hand in hand. It's like, okay, like I'm doing this literally for my mom. And then now that she's not here, it's like, okay, it's either I have to do it for myself. Like I have to feel good. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, she always had the best intentions. She always wanted us to feel good and look good. And she loved us,
Yeah, because she had suffered so much as well.
which I understand her now.
Exactly. Now I can say, now I'm like, growing up, it was so hard. And I just like, even there was times where I'm like, oh my goodness, as an adult. And I'd be like, why was she like this with us? And now I can sit back and I'm like, I get it. Like she didn't want us to suffer what she had suffered through. And she wanted us to feel good. Even our sister Jackie, she sent her to fat camp. And Jackie talks about that all the time. So it was something that was always on her mind. But because I think she didn't want us to suffer in this world that can be very critical. And I thank her now, because I think because of her as well, like I can withstand so much shit that is thrown at me. So I thank her for sure, but I'm not going to lie. And that's why I think it's important that we're talking about this, guys. So if women or parents out there that are listening to this podcast, the way you speak to your children is very important, because it really takes a huge part in what they think of themselves and how they feel about themselves. You know what I mean? Because it starts even in the womb, how you speak to your baby when they're in your tummy, and speaking words of affirmation and speaking words of life into them. And I'm not saying that my mom she didn't know any better. Again, she didn't know any better. She didn't think that it was going to affect us in this way.
Even then, like at the end, like she still had curves and she was still happy about it. Like she would sing in her songs or whatever. And I think ultimately she just wanted us to be healthy. Start now before it gets harder later, because it was harder for her at her age to lose the weight than it is for now at my age.
Yeah. That's what she would always say. In our household, we never had whole milk. It was non-fat milk. Egg whites, like Jenica said, we were not allowed to eat the yolk. So it's just a lot of little things like that. But I thank her, because I think that it's the back of my mind, working out and being healthy. And you know what I mean? Like, because it just runs in our family. It's just, that's what it is. Like, we have to take care of ourselves more than other people. And we've learned, I think, throughout the years to just embrace our body and embrace who we are. And I love to see you, Jenica, because I know how much you suffered with your weight from, like, I don't know, I think how old were you when you started like really realizing?
Probably like, well, mom sent me to camp like when I was 11 or 12. No.
You went to fat camp? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. And then you and your boyfriend went to pick me up because I didn't want to be
Really?
there. And you got mad at me because I didn't stay longer.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Shit, I thought it was just Jenica. I mean, Jenica Jackie.
It was in San Diego.
OMG.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I went. And then, yeah, but now it's like becoming like, I wish I would have done it then. Because then now, I mean, who knows? But now I'm kind of just like, I never really thought I'd be that person to like really see the gym as an outlet. But it's so relieving. I feel so good after. And it's such a good point that there's this quote that says, you never regret a workout. And you never do.
You feel so good. It's gotten to the point for me where it's not just about losing weight to work out. It's for my mental health for sure. Like I feel more empowered. I feel like I have more energy.
I feel like I accomplished so many things that day once I work out.
For sure, right?
If I work out, I'm good for the rest of the day. Like I feel like I did what I needed to do.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about camp. Now that we got there and I had forgot, what was camp like?
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
It was not traumatizing, but I remember being in like the dorm rooms and like they would give you one little pack of gummy bears, those little snack packs for kids. And the girls would save them. They would put them in their drawers and save them because apparently you would only get so many here and then. So they would eat them in the middle of the night. Once curfew was up, you couldn't eat anymore. So all these girls would put them away and then they would eat them and then like running around the track. And I was just like, oh no, like I need to go home. Like I just can't, like I can't be here. And I'm not a very social person. Like, and being around people just gives me a lot of anxiety. So I just like, in that little space and bubble, I just felt like, oh no, I need to go home. I'll figure it out. I'll tell my mom, like I'll go work out. Like I just can't be here. I can't do this.
How long were you there for?
I was there for like 3 days. I was supposed to be there for like 2-3 weeks.
Oh my goodness, Jenica, I'm so sorry. I was just listening to mom.
I
you know what I mean? But anyways, okay. So Jenica, like I said earlier, she was very, very like a very shy introvert type of girl. Now I love to see her blossom. Like she really like, I see her on her posts and I'm just like, dude, Jenica's hot as fuck. Like she is beautiful. She's got it going on. Like I was telling her the other day, I'm like, dude, this girl is working out every single day. Like I've seen the transformation and how much she has lost on her own. And I want to tell you, Jenica, that I'm very proud of you. I know that it probably hasn't been an easy process, right?
Yeah, no. I think you know most. Because like you're the first person I tell. I'm just like, dude, I'm so over this crap. I'm so over not seeing the difference. I'm so over not really feeling good because people are still telling me all these things. Like I could be as confident as I want to be, and like little comments like really get to me. So like I've refrained.
The motherfucking trolls.
Yeah, like I have people like and comment back for me because if not, like it'll mess up my day, or like I just don't want to deal with it because I feel so good and confident. I've worked so hard to get to where I'm at now.
Yeah,
I don't need it, and those people generally don't really matter.
Are those comments though that you receive, are they mostly about your body?
Yeah, they're mainly about my body, or like, oh, you have all this money, why don't you just get surgery? Oh my God. A lot of them are very encouraging. Like when I post my workout videos, like I literally pray, I'm like, you know what? Like I just hope that it inspires someone, and I get comments like, oh, good job, good job, good job, which is good ultimately, thank God.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I've learned to like keep social media away so that it doesn't affect my mind. Because I think that's what's the most hurtful. And then I just get compared to you and Jackie a lot. So I'm just like,
really?
Yeah, I do.
What do you mean?
Like how you guys are skinny, or like, oh my God, like you don't even look like them, or this and that. So I'm just like, you know what?
I swear, I know. I'm telling you, people on social media can be so mean, but I've learned that it's like those people aren't busy enough. Those people aren't successful enough. Those people aren't even happy with themselves, because if they were, they wouldn't be there trying to hurt someone's feelings, like busy people that are successful and happy don't have time to sit there and talk shit on social media. Like that is so lame and whack to me, guys. If you are one of those people listening to my podcast, I want you guys to know, if you sit there and criticize people on social media behind a fucking telephone, you are whack as fuck. I'm sorry. I just need to tell you, it is so fucking unattractive that I'd rather someone come to my face and tell me, you know what, I think this, so I can tell you something back. But it sucks because there are people that love us on social media.
No, and like we meet the people in person and they're so sweet. Like
Yeah.
everybody in person is so much more nicer. Like they'll come up, "Oh, you're so pretty. Like you've really inspired me to go to the gym." And like to me, like I don't know why, but I'm just like, "Oh my God, thank you." Like they'll tell me thank you and I'm like, "No, thank you. Like that really helped me today. I'm really happy. Like keep going or whatever." So those things are like important to me and like where I feel like, okay, it's worth it.
Exactly. It's worth it, and that's what we have to focus on. And I think you have more positive comments than negative ones, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we've learned to just accept that being in this, there's always going to be that 10% that they're going to have an opinion, and it's probably a negative one, and they're not going to like you no matter what you do. Before, I would love going on social media after posting something and then replying to people because I love having that direct contact. But then I had to stop doing that because then you come across some negative comments and it sucks because I felt like I was intending to the people that love me and that I love as much. But because I was also protecting my heart and my mind and saying, I don't want to see negative comments because I'm not in the right place emotionally. Because sometimes those comments are harsh. Like, it's like, pinche cerda, pinche gorda, like, get on a diet. Like, they're fucked up. And when you're around PMSing, like it can really get to you. But I've learned to just like, no, okay, I'm not the first, I'm not the last. I know this is a part of it. And it's like really giving yourself therapy every single day. And like Jenica said, focusing on those people that really get it and that we're inspiring and that keep us motivated and keep us going. And this is why it's so good, you guys, to take pictures of your progress. If you don't want to weigh yourself, I get it. But if you take pictures, like Jenica just showed me the other day, she's like, do you see a difference? And I swear to you, I was like, I'm so freaking proud. She wakes up, she goes to the gym for an hour, she works hard, she's super disciplined. That's something that my mom nos inculcó también. Like, she taught us to be very disciplined, to finish what we start. And I thank her for that. Jenica, like, I give you, like, honestly, a round of applause, girl.
Thank you,
like,
sister.
you have been killing it in the
Thank
gym,
you.
girl.
Thank
You
you.
look good. I don't know how much you've lost, but how much have you lost?
I don't weigh myself.
Okay, see, yeah. But I'm glad you took those pictures because I'm sure you could tell.
I do, yeah. But I don't weigh myself because, like, literally, like how to say, like, the number on the scale really doesn't matter. It just doesn't because I could weigh the same, but I have more muscle instead of fat. The weight's not going to measure my inches. So it's just like, there's no point.
Yeah.
I had to do that. My therapist told me to do that. They're like, just throw it away. Like, you don't need it.
And it made you feel better. Yeah. Some people believe in like weighing yourself. I don't, like, you know what I mean? It's not my thing, but pictures are a good thing to have, guys. Well, actually, Jenica, I have a question for you. Do you think that Latinas face added pressure to look sexy? Small waist, big breast, and butt? Like, do you feel that?
I feel like it's kind of generalized. I don't feel like it's just for Latinas. Maybe more because Latinas have natural curves. They're thicker. We're thicker. In that sense, yeah. But I think everybody always has that pressure because it's what Kim K has. She has thick thighs, a big ass, and like a small waist. That's the ideal body everybody wants to have because she is like the social media idol.
Yeah. Y con todo respeto, like, you know, it's a molded body. And I'm all for it, girl. You look great, you know, but us Latinas, you know, we have those. And it's crazy because it's like, you have this big butt and these big thighs and it's just, and then we don't want it. Like some people are like, oh, well, you people want that. Like there are people that would die for that body type. And I get it, you know, but I do feel like
it's harder for us, but it's also what we eat. Like,
exactly.
What we were raised with too. Like all we were given are tortillas and beans and all
frijoles,
this stuff.
Rice,
and it's just
a bunch
like
of carbs.
Exactly. So it's like, it's harder for us to lose the weight and to get that body because we eat all this stuff, which I'm not mad about. I'm happy with the freaking culture that I have. Like,
I know.
I'm so happy. I feel like we have the best food and like, I don't know.
Yeah, I absolutely, I agree. You know, to answer that question I asked you, I do feel like they make it a little harder. I feel like, you know, that they want you to be, you know, Maribel Guardia, who has a crazy freaking amazing body. And it's just that's what you should look like if you're on television.
Which I
it's
feel like mom made the difference for people though.
Oh, for sure. Like she did honestly break barriers in that, and like thank goodness.
Because even in her songs, she's like, I don't have J-Lo's body, I don't have Niurka's or whatever. And it's like,
Dama Divina.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know that song, I'm sure you have. If you haven't heard it, it's my mom's song. It's called Dama Divina. It's a really good song. It's in Spanish. Listen to it. It's really like a feel good, like I'm cute no matter what type of song.
No, even you though, like you, like in your music videos, like I thought it was so cool. Like now that you're showing your legs, and everybody needs to know that you would not, and nobody notices these things, but Chiquis would never show her arms or her legs or nothing until like the last music video, Cualquiera. Oh my God, she just did everything. Like, it looks so good. Like, and I just feel like it's just making a difference for everybody.
Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, it was a thing for me. I don't wear shorts. And in that music video, where with cameras, you look bigger, I said, F it, I'm going to do it. This is what I want to do. This is what I envision. And if there are people that don't like it, well, whatever. I love it.
No, even on vacation, like, it's so funny. Even when we're on vacation, like, she won't wear she'll wear a bathing suit, but she'll wear like the longest cover up, or like her robe, or biker shorts, or whatever. And it's like, even then, biker shorts are a stretch. So, yeah. But you've gotten better and you've looked good. So.
But see, when I went to Tulum last year, right, and I wore a 2-piece and I was just living my best life on the beach, and they freaking got me in that freaking red bikini. But like the crazy thing is, they get you in the worst. You're just like moving, and they get you in the worst pictures. And I'm like,
no, and it's more zoomed in.
They're
too.
horrible. It's zoomed in. I was like, why is our media like that? Like, dude, si te dejas, te destruyen. Por eso tienes que tener unos huevotes, unos ovarios, como decía mi mamá, and be like tough skin, because if you let them, they will eat you up. Let me tell you. Jenica, how often do you work out?
5 to 6 times a week.
Dang.
4 to 6, depending.
And how are you eating?
So before I used to do keto, which helped, but it's not ideal for me the way I like to eat. So I kind of stopped and I leaned more into like clean eating. And if I want something, I eat it in moderation. So like I have a very, very high protein diet. So
nice. Yeah. See, keto, I like. I'm trying to lay off the cheese, it's like too much cheese. But honestly, I think, guys, it's very important to know what works for your body. Like literally every body is different. Okay. Listen to that again. Everybody, not just everybody is different. So you have to know what works for you. Another thing that works for me is intermittent fasting. That has helped me so much. I eat from 12 to 8 p.m. and I fast for 16 hours. And that really helps with my metabolism, with my mental clarity. And like, if you guys haven't heard about it, go like research it. I really love it. And I work out, I don't know, anywhere. I try to do 5 times a week, 5 times a week, if not at least 3. And I like to do a lot of cardio. I haven't been doing a lot of weights lately because I don't have a lot of room here. And my trainer and I haven't been working out, but cardio helps me so much. So Jenica, let's talk about music a little bit. So what songs do you listen to that make you feel like a bad bitch, especially like when you're working out? Like, what do you like to listen to?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, she's in love with Bad Bunny, you guys. She wants to sit on his face.
No, it's just like his songs are so like, you know what? Like he's like a fuck it type of guy. So I'm just like, dude, like, yeah, really get into it. Even if it's like reggaeton, like if you really listen to his lyrics, he's just like, you know what? Like there's no time to waste. Just fucking live your life. So like, just do it.
I love it. Yeah, because for me, music is a huge part of my life. Like I feel like I could be sad and I put on a song and it just reminds me of like, hell yeah, I know who I am. I know what I could do. Like, you know what I mean? Do you feel like your weight or the issues that you've had with your weight, like have they played a huge part in maybe your like depression and anxiety? Like, can we talk about that a little bit?
It definitely has. Like, if I'm not happy with my weight, I'm just not happy in general, which I think is super important. Why? Because, well, at that time, like when I was in really, really depressed and really anxious, like I wasn't seeing results. I've struggled with it my whole life. I should have listened to my mom before. Like all that stuff runs through my head and it's just difficult. It's like, dude, like if I don't see a difference, then what am I doing? Like, why am I like starving myself, or why am I working out so hard, or, you know, and it just put me in a really dark place where I'm just like, I've kind of started letting go, and I kind of like, you know what, like whether I see a difference or not, I'm getting healthier. I'm stronger mentally. Like my working out has definitely it's an outlet for me. If I don't go, like, I just feel like, okay, I don't know, like I'm stricter on myself that day, which isn't
Yeah.
healthy. So I've learned to just like balance myself out, and I'm still learning like the balance between like eating a cheat meal and like not feeling guilty for it, or not working out and doing something else. So it's definitely been an outlet for me, and it's helped me mentally a lot. And I think everybody has noticed that as well. Like for me, it's a priority. Like if I don't work out during the week and I don't have therapy, it's not going to be a good week.
So you've come to the conclusion of working out is part of my mental health, and it's just a part of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And therapy as well, right? To help with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that that's also the good that you're talking about, because you're so young. You're 24, right, Jenica? She's going to be 25 this year. So she's 24. And the fact that she is doing this at such a young age, I hope that she can be of inspiration to all of you that are listening, that either you're younger or older than her or her same age. It's part of just knowing like what works for you. And therapy, you guys, I can't say it enough. I always talk about it, but therapy is so important, especially in the world that we live in today with social media and all these standards. And like, it's very, very important. And I would highly recommend it. And I think that that's great that you're still doing your therapy, Jenny. As far as like relationships, because you haven't been in a relationship for a long time, has that been by choice? Do you feel like you want to be in a good place mentally and emotionally, or you just haven't found the right person? Like, what do you think has played a role in that? That you've been single for what, like 2 years now?
Basically. Yeah. But
Have fun.
but it's like I've made the choice of being single because I feel like I don't have time to waste anymore. And I'm not saying like the next person I meet I need to marry. No. I feel like I have high expectations. Like I think I'm pretty cool, and like I'm pretty disciplined, and I know what I want in my life. So it's like you have to kind of be on the same level as me. And if not more, because I don't have time to teach you how to do all of this or teach you how to like take care of someone. Like I don't have that time. And part of it could be my body, because I have these two guy friends that go to the gym and all they talk about are the girls at the gym. And like how they're skinny and how they have a fat ass. And I'm like, is that really all that matters to you? Like, I'm being serious. Like, do you guys just go to the gym because for them it boosts their ego? Like, it boosts them to work out harder at the gym. I'm like, are you guys serious? Parts of that, when I hear it from my friends, I'm like, that's not cool, but it doesn't matter to me. Like, I know the next person I meet isn't going to worry about my body or isn't going to worry about what I eat or whatever. Like, so now that I see guys, like, it does put a hold on what I have to train my brain. I'm like, okay, not all guys are going to be like these guy friends. Right. And I've told them, I'm like, you guys are like kind of dicks for like doing that. And I've heard personal conversations that they've had about girls. I'm like, and I've told them and I call them out on it. I'm like, you guys shouldn't talk about girls like that. Exactly. Don't be a jerk. Like, every girl is beautiful. Like, you don't know what they're struggling with. What if they can't? Or, oh, this girl has such a flat ass. I'm like, well, what if she can't get a fucking ass? It shouldn't matter. So, I mean, ultimately, like, if I'm not in a relationship, it's because I'm choosing not to be, and I'm choosing to wait and be smart with my decisions, because I generally don't have any more time to waste. And like, if you're not gonna like me for me, then don't come out here. Like, don't do it.
You guys, a round of applause, standing ovation for Jenica, because it's admirable that you're so young. And I think it has to do with you are the youngest sister, and she has seen the mistakes that Jackie and I have made. I'm so freaking proud of her. I'm so proud of you, Jenica, because you're so smart, so independent. And it's just like, dude, like sometimes I swear to you, I call Jenica. Jenica's my best friend. And I call her and I'm like, this is what's going on. And the advice that she gives me is fucking crazy. Like, the thing is like, I can give someone a lot of really good advice. Like, I'm good. Like, I feel like I can stand outside the situation and give you some bomb ass advice. But when you're in it, it's hard for you to see things, you know? So I call Jenica and I'm like, and Jenica straight up, no anda con rodeos, and she's going to tell you how it is. And look at her. Like, I love the fact that she is choosing herself right now. She is taking that space because she was in a long-term relationship. And I think she's done well with saying, I'm going to take this time and space to take care of myself, to take care of my body, my mind, body, and soul. And I don't think we're ever going to be fully, you can't be like, oh, I'm fully ready. Yeah. And I'm ready to be in a
No.
relationship. Like, but you got to be more ready than not. Like where you're like, I'm good. Like I'm good with who I am, with what I have to offer and what I'm going to accept and not accept in a relationship. And I think that that's a fucking beautiful thing, Jenica.
Thanks, sister.
And damn, I did good. I did good with raising this little girl now. So going back to like the industry, there's been many times when I've thought if I was this size in the English market, I would be celebrated like a Lizzo, like Adele was. Now she's thinner. It's like more accepted in the English market. It's in the Spanish, and that's just the truth. Es como la gente latina, desafortunadamente, they're very, very judgmental. And I've been told a lot, like, oh, you have such a pretty face. So when are you going to lose weight? I mean, straight up. Like, I remember being in an interview with Don Francisco, and he told me, like, on the break, he's like, estás bien bonita, pero tienes que bajar de peso. And I had just lost, I think, like 15 pounds. And it's something that I've always been up and down with my weight. Always. Like, I feel like I take care of myself more than the normal person. And it's always just been more difficult for me to just drop as much weight as, like, the average person, you know? And I've gone to, like, a hormone therapy. Like, I try to, like, figure out my thyroid situation because there's a thyroid situation in our family. And it really can affect you because it's like, I don't think I'm that bad, but for you, I am. And I do think that if I was, I don't know, like 40 pounds lighter, maybe I would probably have more opportunities. I could be wrong, but I do think that.
I can't complain too much as plus size because when I started becoming an influencer, I put it on like my goals, like, okay, I want to be a model for this brand, and this brand. And now I think about it, I'm like, okay, like they've included plus size women, which is obviously a plus, which is amazing. But they don't include women in the Latin community. Like they'll do African American, which is awesome. Like I'm happy at least the plus size community is being included. But when it comes to Latinas in our world, like say if we were to go to Mexico, like you don't see like people on billboards for a plus size brand or whatever, because the way that Latinos were raised were to be like, you have to be super strict and super harsh on yourself. Like once you go to Mexico, once you cross the border in TJ, all you see is the doctors. Or like there's one that's like, if you're obese, call this number or whatever. Right. And it's like, it is harder in our community, like to be recognized or to be like honored for our bodies because it's not the normal or how these old generations saw it.
Yeah, because there are women that I've been around, and I won't say their names, that are like way older than I am, and they have like amazing bodies. And I refuse to live unhappy. Like I like to enjoy my food and enjoy life. So when we've gone to these luncheons and I'm with other artists and they see me eat a piece of bread, it's kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe you eat that. Like, kind of like, no wonder you are the way you are. Like, they won't even touch, not even a tiny bit. And I'm like, are you really happy? Like you gotta like give yourself some room to have fun, you know? And I've been around it, and it's like, sometimes like if I would have allowed it, it could be very, very traumatizing. But I just constantly tell myself, I know who I am. Yo sé lo que aporto. I don't have to be this skinny girl to be talented, to do what I do on stage. Like it's literally telling myself this every single day and telling myself that I am loved. And I think it's hard for me because I'm not like skinny, but I'm not plus size. So it's like, I feel like no hayan como like donde ponerme. It's like a little bit like hard, but I'm like, fuck it. We got to love ourselves, ladies. We got to love ourselves. There's going to be someone out there for us that's going to love us for who we are, what we have to offer in every single way. I think we have to just stop like looking at these people on social media as the example of what we should look like. And yes, like there's always room for improvement on the outside, and it's taking a step every single day towards that, but not becoming obsessed with it. Because when you become obsessed with it, like there's no way that you can be happy. Like you have to find some balance in all of it. I'm a huge believer in Monday through Friday. Watch what you eat. Do your best to just give it your all. Be disciplined. Be consistent. And on the weekends, live your fucking life. It's all balance. Like you can't like live your life just, oh my God, like super obsessed. Like it just, people always like, oh my God, Chiquis, they criticize you so much. You're always happy. Well, because I'm like, I want to be happy. So I'm going to do the things that make me happy. So that's finding the balance in your life, you guys. And especially when it comes to weight, because believe me, we know what it's like. and how hard it can be and how cruel people can be. But we still know we some badass bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jenica has her overcomfort. Tell us about overcomfort, girl. I'm so proud of you. Woo! Tell us.
Well, overcomfort is basically, I started out with athletic wear because I would go to work out and I would only find workout clothes at Target, and Target has good quality, but after a while it rips, it gets too stretchy, or it just doesn't work out. So I use the example of like, I would hate going to shop at stores and I would cry because they never had my size, or the size that they had just didn't work out. Like, I just didn't feel good. It would be a 2X when it's really like an extra large. So I was just like, you know what? Like, I want to make something that's accessible, that's affordable for people to go ahead and just shop and feel confident and comfortable in. And like, I started out with the Feeling Good collection because ultimately I want people to feel good about themselves. I want people to feel good about themselves mentally. That's what overcomfort is like getting out of your comfort zone to really reach your highest potential and who you are mentally and physically. And that's what it's done for me. Like, if I didn't leave my comfort zone of like getting out of my bed, you guys, I would sleep in until like 2 to 3, 4 o'clock and I wouldn't do anything. And I knew I was depressed, but I wouldn't get out of bed, and it was comfortable for me. I felt good being in bed. I felt something can feel good, but it's also, you're in your comfort zone. You're not reaching out to really get to where you need to be, or to what I feel like God has called me to do, or to be in the world, or in this life, and what his purpose is for me. So that's why it's called Overcomfort. I started with the Feeling Good collection because I feel like everyone deserves to feel good every day. There's no reason for someone not to feel good. And I feel like once you wear something that you like, you'll feel good in it. The power of an outfit is insane. Like, when you're dolled up, or once you get a workout done, you feel good. So that was the first collection. And I have so much more, like, things that touch me to the core, like, that have helped me, especially like since 2020. And I feel like it was like a whole pandemic thing where things were just like really, really bad, and I was in a really bad mental space. And the things that have helped me, that I want people to know that can help them as well. So whatever I did in 2020 to help me mentally, I'm gonna just basically come up with.
Tell us your slogan again.
Calling over comfort.
Calling over comfort. So it's basically stepping out of your comfort zone and reaching your full potential.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that. And it's just for women right now, right?
No, the first collection was just for women, but everything else that's going to come out is unisex.
Okay. And talking just for women, things about just for women, I really like, I think we talked about this, Jenica. I think it'd be great to eventually have our own gym just for women. I would love that, right?
Oh, I would love that. Like, that's a goal because, like I said, my friends literally go to the gym, not to idolize or like stare at women, but it's like an ego thing for them. And it's just like, no, like, I would always feel awkward. Like, they have this thing on TikTok called, oh, this is for the shy girls or whatever. Yeah, there's a bunch of girls that don't know what the fuck to do in the gym and don't want to go because there's these hot ass guys that are just assholes. So like, make a gym where everybody can feel comfortable at.
Yes, that's my biggest thing, because sometimes there are girls that go to the gym for the wrong reasons to find a dude, and they're not really working out. And there are those guys that make women that really want to go in there and lose weight and sweat and not look cute, make them feel insecure and make them feel uncomfortable. So that's one thing that I have on my vision board, you guys. And I think I'm probably going to do it with my sister Jenica. I'm excited for us to do like an all women's gym where you go in there and you box and you freaking just like let it all out. So you guys send us good vibes so it can happen. So Jenica, I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I've really enjoyed our conversation. You always amaze me. It's crazy because I talk to you every single day, but to have you on the podcast has been a pleasure, and to hear your mind. You're just so intelligent, and I'm always estoy echando like flores a mi hermana, but it's the truth. Like, I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of you, Jenica.
No, I'm proud of you. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I say it all the time. I don't really tell you, but like a lot of what I've learned, or a lot of where I'm, or because of where I'm at, is because of like my influences around me, and like you and mom and like Jackie, and learning different things here and there. Like, I owe a lot of what I am to you. So
thank you, Penny. I love you so much. Okay, well, thank you again, Jenny. And as you guys know, I always end my podcasts with a motivational quote. And I thought this one was very fitting, okay, since we're on this topic. Say goodbye to your inner critic. and take this pledge to be kinder to yourself and to others. It's a decision every single day that you must take, okay? Some days will be harder than others, but if you decide in the morning, I'm going to be kind to myself, I'm going to speak words of love. I love myself. I love my body. Everything's going to be okay. Like all those things that I tell myself every day, it will really help. So pledge with me that we will be kinder to ourselves and one another. You guys, thank you so much. Check out Overcomfort. And also, Jenica, your social media. Please tell us about your social media first.
Okay, well, Jenica_Lopez, and then Overcomfort is Overcomfort. The website is overcomfort.com, and then we are launching something April 15th.
Ooh, look at her. You guys check it out. That is all for today on Chiquis and Chill. Como siempre, gracias por estar conmigo. Los quiero mucho. I love you guys. Y besitos a todos. Enjoy your week. Mwah. This is a production of iHeartRadio and My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcasts and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.